I spent the greater portion of my career chasing people around and arresting people and putting them in jail. And I always thought that we could arrest our way through our problems, never to think that my calling would be in jail rehabilitation. Basically, about 80% of the people who come into our jail are on substance. Half of those people are self-medicating for mental health issues. So we do full drug detoxification program. We have a psychiatric unit that treats them psychiatrically after that. After that, we have 200 educators and counselors that teach 80 courses per week. Everything from anger management, criminal thinking, how to manage your checkbook, English as a second language. After that, we start vocational training, and we're actually a satellite of College of DuPage.
My current job is the commander of the detective unit of investigations, which includes digital forensics, crime scene forensics, general case detectives, and task force officers assigned out with special different missions and tasks. I've also had the opportunity to work as a patrolman, a detective sergeant, a patrol sergeant, and a patrol lieutenant, watch commander.
I manage a courthouse, so anywhere from a traffic ticket to a murder trial, we have to handle security in the courthouse. I have the only correctional facility in DuPage County. We're a county of just under 1 million people. So we get all of the arrestees from all 36 agencies within DuPage County. We also have a patrol component, a detective component, digital forensics component. So we are pretty much in all areas of law enforcement within DuPage County.
My job as chief is to oversee our law enforcement bureau. There's 3 bureaus with the DuPage County Sheriff's Office. There's law enforcement, corrections, and administrative, the courthouse. And in law enforcement, I oversee all of our patrol deputies, our investigations, forensics, digital forensics, and all of our units here collaboratively. Me wanting to become a chief was to be able to spread what I've learned through my law degree and through the years of service to, again, all the ranks throughout the department and make the law enforcement bureau a better place.
Well, I'm a detective sergeant, so really what I do, I'm more of a supervisor than anything else as far as when it comes to assigning cases. If there's a hot call, when patrol takes a major investigation, they call a detective supervisor. They screen the case with us and we decide what detectives we're going to send out to respond to the call. And there are certain calls that detective supervisors are required to go to with detectives as well, depending on the nature of the call.
A task force officer, a detective from McHenry County Sheriff's Office, was killed in the line of duty while serving as a U.S. Marshal task force. While I knew his father, I knew his brother, and his other brother still works here with us, I was asked to be one of the pallbearers for him, and that was one of the hardest moments I had while I was very honored to be one of the pallbearers. It was very surreal, and even talking about it now sometimes makes me choke up a little.
I was on patrol after spending 5 years in corrections. There was an ISBRN, domestic battery, and a kidnapping. And it happened to be very close to where I was. So they gave a description of the car, description of the suspect, and a description of the victim. And when I was out looking for this individual, I saw a gold-colored car, which is what they said it was. As I'm approaching the driver's side of the vehicle to address the male suspect, and I didn't know this at the time until I watched my video, you can see the passenger door open and the female crawls out of the car and she goes and hides in a bush. So eventually we take him into custody, and I don't know, I think the paramedics are the one that found the female hiding in the bush. And then when I went to court, because it was Glendale Heights call, I was dealing with a Glendale Heights detective, and he was explaining to me that that female had a lacerated liver and she was bleeding out internally. And had I not stopped her, she probably would have died. And he's now serving 30 years.